I think that there comes a certain age as a man where you can't be rolling around with dragons on your t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? Like, that very much, I can't defend him. I love him. That's a Bond villain right there, isn't it? That's a Bond villain.
He's figured it out.
There you go.
Oh, we're too high.
Come on.
Just halfway.
Oh, leave it out.
Unlucky. What's going on, guys? SV2 here, and welcome back to the Clubhouse, the most exclusive Chelsea show that you guys will find online. And I'm joined by the main man himself, Djellab. How are you, bro?
I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. 2022, what a way to kick it off. We're in Stamford Bridge, not that bad.
I can't believe they've actually given us the keys to be here.
Indeed.
Listen, today's episode is a very, very special one. Now, we can't have a special episode without having a special guest.
No, we can't.
Listen, the guest we've got today, 182 Premier League appearances for Chelsea.
Wow, fair play.
It don't stop there, listen. 3 Premier Leagues and 2 FA Cups.
He's all right, sounds like a star.
Listen, I can't lie, I'm excited. Let's go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Joe!
Oh, yes.
How are you doing, mate?
How are you?
You're right, man. How are you?
Good,
Good, yeah?
Good to see you.
Welcome to the show. How's
Thank
it feel
you
to be
very
back
much.
at Stamford Bridge?
Great to be back, you know, a lot with the work, with the punditry, but it's always nice to come back. I actually live close, so sometimes I run past the stadium. So yeah, I'm used to being back now.
That's good, man. So, as a pundit and as a fan, what would you say the differences are when watching a football game?
As a pundit, you have to be professional, obviously.
Yeah, 100%,
You've got to be straight down the middle, so it's very difficult when I'm doing Chelsea and Chelsea don't play well or a player doesn't do something. And you have to say what's going on and you have to give your views and your opinions, but as long as you do it in the right way, I think players can accept that. When I'm watching Chelsea, it's very difficult because you get excited
100%,
if a goal goes in. In the Champions League final, I lost my stuff and my boss wasn't very happy with me. So, because at one point I'd left the commentary box where we was at the final and was in with the fans and my friends jumping about, and we was about 1 minute to get back from the ad break. I lost it a little bit there, but that's understandable, Champions League final and that. But I like coming back as a fan, I like coming back as a pundit as well.
Is there a certain memory that when you walk into Stamford Bridge that you think about when you're on that pitch?
When I signed my first game, I walked onto the pitch and the smell got me because I remembered where I sat and it must have been the burgers or something. You know that kind of football smell. That sort of brought me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Liquidator song when that comes to songs and smells.
Yeah, they always bring back memories.
Yeah, and that smell's actually gone now. It's a different smell. Like the catering's different. I don't know what it was.
As a youngster, I was a bagsman myself. I was getting in all the goals.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know for you, what was probably your most memorable or favourite goal for Chelsea?
The one I usually answer is the one against Man United to win the league here.
That's a big goal.
Yeah, that's my best goal, my favourite goal at Stamford Bridge. Because it was a great goal, but it was the circumstances to win the title.
100%, yeah.
And everything about the day, I was just as much. Yeah, I'd probably say that's my favourite one here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's good.
Too bad. I mean, you scored a few. Sweden comes into mind. Not too bad. Not too bad that one, was it?
Yeah.
Right, guys. So this is time for an all-exclusive look at the Clubhouse cam. We've got the best bits off camera, and Joe, because you're here, I can't lie, we may have got some stuff from the archive.
Really?
This is how it looks like. Yep, let's do this.
Wow, I'm excited.
If I was a teacher, I'd be a dance teacher. Have you seen my moves?
Look at him go, look at him go. That is
brilliant.
Boy.
So, I want to know, if social media was around back in those days, who would be busting up the moves in the change room?
There's nothing better than when you win a big game or a cup final in particular.
Everyone's buzzing.
And you come back into the dressing room. That moment, you celebrate with the crowd and your fans and that, but when you shut the door and the music's on, it's a fantastic, it's like the best party ever. Mason's, his moves are right, but Michael Essien had the best moves ever. Michael Essien, he would dance from the moment he got in the dressing room till we was the last person was there.
I feel like Didier must have had a few.
I thought so.
No, Didier had a bit, but not too much. I'm not a dancer. Anyone who's seen me.
What's your go-to?
Stay at the bar. Just stay.
On our next video, we've got Antonio Rudiger here after the Super Cup final.
More dancing?
Goes with dancing, I'll say.
Zoomer in the background.
That is brilliant. One of the crazy things, I guess, nowadays is everyone's on social media. The players have all got their phones. I was wondering for you, who would have been the guy that would have been on their phone constantly, and who would have been on it all the time?
Do you know what? I'm glad we didn't have the social media and the phones because of all the naughty stuff we would have done. But we did. But sort of I'd like to have footage like that from when we're, and there is a little bit of that for memories. But Sean Wright Phillips, like, you know, he would have been there. JT's good fun. Like, I know he's the captain and everything, but JT was always.
You know what? I see his tweets that he posts nowadays.
He loves social media now.
Yeah, he's right on it at the moment, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, I had the old school phones right up to the dying day. I went late on I like the bricks and that, like. So yeah, it wouldn't have been me for sure.
As a special treat for you, we've actually dug into the archives and we've got some cool clips to show you.
Worried now.
No, that was a Chelsea supporter. I think I've literally done everything at the club. Ball boy, fan, player, you know, tea maker in the dressing room when I was injured, chief cheerleader, everything. I've done it all. But yeah, you know, I can't, you know, still to this day, if I hear like the liquidator on the, you know, just, you know, I was probably born to play for Chelsea. One thing, if I was going to say to Chelsea supporters, is I will always give 100% every game.
Yeah, baggy kit.
How things have changed, man.
Yeah.
They're very, very young there, very young.
Yeah, I remember the day well. And it's a whirlwind, really, because when you sign for the club that you support as a boy, it has an extra meaning. Because I mean, I've played for 5 or 6 clubs in my career, from France, America, England, but signing for Chelsea was the most special because you get the most memories and the biggest connection. So yeah, best thing I've done in football was signing. Best decision I've made.
We have another clip coming up as well, again to do with when you signed,
right?
About a certain shirt number.
2003. Yeah, it was my dream to play for Chelsea. Claudio promised me the number 10 shirt, and in the last minute, someone had promised it to Varane, and my dad, being my dad, said, "No, you're not signing for a club that lies to you on the first day."
Said no.
And everyone got a bit panicky. I got most panicky. I thought it was going to mess the deal up. But I think someone rung Claudio, he rung Seba. Seba was okay, didn't bother him. I would have signed for the 20, but I think in the long run, it's right. You want to start off on the right foot when you get promised things to go through. And it was all just a bit of a last-minute melee, but it certainly panicked me that the deal wouldn't go through. But it all worked out in the end, and
it did all work out in the end. Now, is a shirt number that big of a deal?
No, not for me. It was available. I like to wear number 10.
Yeah.
Mainly because I used to like a player called Roberto Baggio growing up, and he wore number 10, and it, you know, because it wasn't like a thing back in the day, like the number 10 shirt. It was like the number 9 was the goal scorer. So it was available. I asked for it, and they give it to me. I was happy to play in any number, like just happy to be here. But yeah, my dad was right. He said, like, you know, he's a man of principles, and he said, no, if they've told you that and you've shook hands, that's what it is. And but yeah, I was nervous. Like, I was kicking him under the table when he was saying, "Come, we're leaving." I was like, yeah. I was, you know, I was still 21, so Dad still had some moves on me. So yeah.
So we've teamed up with EA Sports to bring you guys a FIFA 22 Team of the Year. Now, at Chelsea, we actually got 7 nominations.
Good.
And let's take a look at some of those nominations right there.
Some big names: Mason Mount, Azpilicueta, Jorginho, Rudiger, Kanté, Romelu Lukaku, and Edouard Mendy.
And I can actually reveal that 2 of our boys actually will be taking this home as well. We've got N'Golo Kanté and Jorginho
into the Team of the Year.
Beautiful stuff right there.
I mean, there are not some bad players on there. Tell me about N'Golo Kanté. Like, do you think he's the best midfielder in the world?
Yes, I do. And also, I think N'Golo now stands shoulder to shoulder with any of the great midfielders at this club. You know, you can put him next to Frank, you can put him next to Makelele. You know, if he goes on a few more years and achieves more, maybe he surpasses them. Obviously, he's different to Frank, he's different to Makelele, but in terms of influence on the pitch, I don't think there's a more influential midfielder in world football. When he doesn't play, it hurts us so much. Yeah. He's the only player in the squad, I think. They're all great for me. They're all fantastic footballers, but he's the only player in the squad, I think, when you take him out, it's hard to replace him.
Yeah, it's like an irreplaceable player, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Tuchel says he's like 2 players at one. And
it's an engine.
Indeed.
Yeah. Engine.
And his year last year, obviously he's won the Champions League, and how important was he to Chelsea in that Champions League?
I mean, Jorginho had fantastic. Obviously, what Ballon d'Or was brilliant. But I think N'Golo Kanté, in them big games, N'Golo Kanté, the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the final, because I covered them all. So I did them all, and we studied them, and you know, and he was just sensational in all of them, as they all were. But I think he's a special player. I don't know how you can begin to try and produce another player, mould a player like him. How can you put all of them ingredients together? He's fantastic.
Jorginho there as well. He's also one of the winners that are in the Team of the Year.
Yeah.
What a year he had, obviously, not just with Chelsea, in the Euros in Italy. I think he probably goes under the radar. He's obviously not necessarily scoring. Well, he is scoring goals from the penalty spot, but he's not necessarily getting the assists and the goals. But he is very important to the Chelsea squad.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player who you admire greatly, because physically he shouldn't be as good as he is, but his mind and his brain plays the game 4 seconds ahead of everyone else. He looks like a leader from the outside for Chelsea and Italy. He had a fantastic season. Again, he'd be one of them unsung players because of the position he plays. We speak to people who play with him, they really appreciate him. He's a fantastic player, and he looks, like I said, he looks like a leader.
And also, since coming to Chelsea as well, Mendy, how much of a big difference he's made. I mean, amazing keeper.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, and his journey is incredible for any young goalkeepers or players for that matter. I mean, he was looking for a job, wasn't he, 5 years ago? He didn't have a club, and now he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
100%.
And you know, credit and kudos to anyone who found him, because he come from nowhere, didn't he? I mean, he was sort of brought in to push Kepa. And he's come in and he's been just sensational from the start.
If you could have played with one of these guys in your team,
that's a hard one.
Where you've got all the rest of the boys, John Terry's there, Ashley's there, but you've got one guy that's come in and replace him, who would you pick?
Yeah, but then if I said Mendy, and you know it means to replace Big Pet, so it's hard, you know, you can't, that's one thing in my job I find very tough to do, is comparing eras, because you can't. It's simply the game.
Who would you have enjoyed to play with the most?
Who have I enjoyed to play with the most? Probably Mason, I think.
Mason.
Yeah, because like I said, he's so clever. You know, he's one of them. I think he links things.
And also, out of these 7 nominees, is there anyone here that you could say should have made the starting 11 for the Team of the Year?
Any of them could have or should have made it. But for Mendy to win Goalkeeper of the Year and then not get into the team's a strange one. I think he, influence-wise, I think he's probably expected to be in the team, because he was the top goalkeeper in the Champions League, wasn't he? So probably Mendy.
Now, Joe, I want to take you back a little bit. The noughties. This is when we were in diapers at this point, right? But it was a great era. It was a great era. You were dominating wings. You were loving it constantly. However, the fashion choices, questionable. They're not the best.
Grip has changed a lot. You know?
It has. I mean, maybe for the better, but we'll find out. We've got some of your teammates we're going to show you in this section called Hot or Not, and you've basically got to say whether their outfit and fashion is hot or not.
Hot at the time or hot now?
Oh, you spun us now.
Yeah,
now,
see?
Now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay,
the first one, please.
Oh, Coley. Coley.
Has the same surname as you.
Yeah, I can't defend him. I can't defend him.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's about to go skiing.
Mate, he looks like, I love him, but that's a Bond villain right there, isn't it? That's a Bond villain. That is a Bond villain with a chain out. Like, the only thing I think bringing it back is the trainers are decent. The trainers are decent, but it's just too much white going on, and then the chain on top. Like.
Okay, so we go with not.
Not. Sorry, Coley.
Okay.
Sorry, Coley.
Next one. JT.
Oh my good God.
The trim.
That's the only different haircut he's ever had.
You look like his older brother. I'll give you that right now.
Yeah, I think JT looks younger now than he does then.
Is that true?
So we'll go with hot.
Yeah, we give him a hot. We give him that. Yeah, that never goes out of fashion.
Michael.
Yeah.
Now this is an interesting look. The sunglasses.
No,
I would say like those glasses. If you didn't have the glasses, you could probably rock that this era, innit?
I think that there comes a certain age as a man where you can't be rolling around with dragons on your t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? Like that very much. But listen, even there he looks too old for that attire. I'd put my kid in that. So Bally, that's a knot. Yeah.
It's a knot. Okay.
Yeah, it's a knot. Sorry, son.
Next one. Didier Drogba has had a lot of fashion choices.
Yeah.
This one.
Stylish.
There's a lot of buttons, but do you know what? He's gone for the look into the distance kind of pose, isn't he? Like there.
He's acting as if the paparazzi's not there.
Yeah. He's just like, this is just me, just moving.
Casual.
Hat. I like the hat.
You like the hat?
I like the hat.
Would you wear that hat now?
I wouldn't wear it, but I think Didier's got the shoulders to pull off the outfit, so I'm going to give him a hot. That I would look horrendous in that. Absolutely horrendous, but the big man pulls it off.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, on this next
I like
one.
this game.
What do you think you
Let me just say, for my excuse, right, for this, right, I'm a mod at heart, right, so, you know, Paul Weller, Oasis, Stereophonics, so my hair, when it actually was styled, it looked like what I wanted it to look like, but after a game, it weren't, so yeah. I like the trophy, I can give it that, but that's a knock, man.
High shorts.
High shorts, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I went with the high shorts. I don't know why.
Can I quickly say, one of my favourite fashion things that you used to do with the sweatbands?
Yeah.
You don't see them nowadays, and I used to absolutely. I used to go in the garden and wear the sweatbands because of you.
Honestly, it wasn't a fashion statement. It was when I started having to wear contact lenses, and we went in America, and the sun cream was in my hair. Okay. So I put sun cream on, and then it was sort of going into my eyes, so I wore it to keep getting off my eyebrow.
I thought it was a fashion statement.
Nah. And then obviously I finished the pre-season tour. And I quite liked having that to do that because I'm quite a sweaty man, actually. So yeah.
So there's actually a reason behind it. It wasn't just
yeah. Get him off screen, man.
Oh, you got the Premier League trophy.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, well, 3 knots, 2 hots. The naughty's fashion wasn't so great.
It wasn't at all. If you guys haven't clocked it at all in this whole episode, we're actually at Stamford Bridge, and this is my first time at the bridge. Joe,
wow.
Can you take me to a place in the bridge with a very, very good view? Is that possible?
Come on, I'll show you. The view, what a view. Joe, being here must bring back so many memories for you. So me and Zach, what we've done, we've actually got a few t-shirts, and when we show you these t-shirts, what I want you to do is just say the first thing that comes to your mind, all right? So, first up, 0405. Big season for you. We won the first 2 trophies. We won the League Cup in a great game against Liverpool in Cardiff when Wembley was getting built. But winning the league for the first time was 50 years.
That is big.
That was the moment I think the whole of Europe stood up and said, right, Chelsea have arrived now. Chelsea are at the big time, and it was great. Just the bus tour after we won the trophy and down the Fulham Road. It seemed like it was a massive achievement for the club.
What was it as well? Obviously, you had a decent manager in old Jose.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho, Didier Drogba. What was that like? Do you think it was the beginning of the era, essentially?
That was the first year of the new Chelsea. The year before under Claudio, we was fantastic. We finished second and we got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. But Jose come in and changed the club. You know, you can't deny that. He changed the club. He put the foundations. He made us believe we could be winners. Everything you see now at Chelsea is from that season. That's the growth of this, the training methods, the style, the culture, everything.
We move on to this kit, 2007, 2008. I really like this kit. I feel, obviously, personally for you, probably a bit more closer to home, heartbreaking memories, the Champions League final. How does it make you feel?
It's bittersweet, isn't it? I mean, great to be playing a Champions League final, but to lose it was painful. It was painful. The only the solace you can find is the fact we lost to what I think is the best team the Premier League's ever seen. That Manchester United team with Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, Giggs, Scholes, Carrick, Rio. I mean, we pushed them all the way in every competition, and they just nicked it. And I think it's the width of a post, isn't it, to win the Champions League.
When you say it like that, it's actually crazy.
That's it. That's the details in football. But one of my better seasons. Amazingly, we didn't win no silverware. It was incredible. So
How's that for you? I guess because obviously, it's such a great moment to get to a Champions League final. Chelsea's first. But then obviously the aftermath. Is it kind of like a mixed feelings towards it?
No, it's the one that got away. You know, sometimes I never won the Champions League. I played 4 semi-finals and a final, and we should have won it. We was good enough to win it, but sometimes that trophy, I think, is written in the stars for you. I mean, that night in particular was painful memories, but you got to take pride in the fact that we pushed an amazing side right to the brink.
And then obviously last year as well, we won it, and you kind of had that enjoyment with your mates as well, being there, and you kind of got to experience it in maybe a bit of a different way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, nothing will replicate what it means to be a player, but that unique experience of seeing your club win the Champions League, I'm happy I was there, and obviously you can see how happy I was for everyone. So amazing.
Well, obviously our last but not least shirt, 09-10.
Yeah.
Not too bad. The league, I think it was a double again.
League and Cup double, yeah.
How do you feel about this, boy?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a great season we had. My last season at Chelsea, I wish I'd have had more. I had 7 great years here. The one game that springs to mind for me on that season was scoring against Man U, put us ahead with one game to go. Like, it was a real big game, one of them big games at the end of the season.
Decided.
I mean, twisted my back the day I couldn't even walk onto the plane to get there. My back was spasmed. Medical team worked hard through the night, took all the painkillers and played, and then the next day,
you must have been.
The next day I could not move. Honestly, it was really, really bad. But great team, another great team. One of the better sides I'd played in that year.
I mean, whilst we're quickly talking about shirts, did you ever swap shirts or anything? Do you ever got a little shirt collection at home?
I've got some collections. Yeah, I've got some players. Messi's the best one.
You got Messi's shirt?
You got a Messi shirt. Yeah.
Wow.
Del Piero. The only player I've got up who I played with is Eden Hazard. And they're actually not up in my new house, but in my old house they were. And I didn't want to put anyone's shirt who I played with, because then who are you going to leave out? We've got so many. I played with some great players.
So Joe, 09-010, what would you say is kind of like the different play styles that you had to do? Obviously, Jose and Ancelotti as well.
It wasn't massively different. Played the same system. We had more in 2009, 2010. We was experienced. We was a lot more experienced. We're not as youthful as we were, but we'd Michael Ballack had come into the club. Florian Malouda had come in who'd give us something different, a little bit of power and pace. We had Alex, and then you still had the core of the team. So I mean, Carlo was a relaxed manager. So it was the same style, but it was more relaxed. I don't know who would win at the 2004 team and the 2010 team. That would be a good game. That would be a very good game.
Who, when they were angry, was the worst to come into the changing room afterwards?
Well, Jose, obviously. Jose's management style was that, but that was, we used to put, it wasn't excessive.
Sticks with you that he told you?
Oh, loads of stuff. Yeah, he had loads of stuff. It was like, I think he was, and I still think he's a top manager. I think this club, I know he's come back and he won the league again, and then obviously he's managed Manchester United and Tottenham, which sours things a little bit. But don't underestimate the influence he's had on this club, and still to this day, he's a massive figure at this club. And you can never rule out one day anything can happen in football. He's been back once before. You never know. 5-10 years in some kind of capacity. He really, there's a lot of people at this club have a lot to thank him for.
What about you? I'm getting a bit cold.
Can't lie, I'm freezing. But I think it's time we initiate Joe into the Clubhouse.
Let's do it.
Why not? Let's go. Okay, here we go. Joe, this is the initiation. So as you can see, we've got our basketball hoop over here. You have 30 seconds to try and get as many basketballs in that hoop as possible. Now, the leaderboard. Woof.
Yes, let me bring you over, guys, to the leaderboard. Currently, in first place, we have Callum Hudson-Odoi. We need to sort this out first. Let's move these up and down. Second place, the club captain, Cesar Azpilicueta. Third, Marcus Alonso, 7. And fourth, Ruben Loftus-Cheek with 5. How many think you might get, Jay?
I'll be happy if I beat Ruben. It's not my game, I'm not going to lie.
I think you'll get hired.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go. 1.
Oh, okay,
2.
we're on 1.
Oh, 1 actually. There we go. Come on, let's go. 2.
He's figured it out.
Come on. 3.
He's figured it out.
There we go.
Oh, we're too high. Close. Oh, 3 still. Still on 3.
Keep going.
Still on 3.
Oh!
We're over just halfway.
Come on.
Halfway.
I'll leave it out.
Unlucky.
Go on, keep going. Here you go.
8 seconds. Still on 3, Joe. Come on, Joe. 4. Come on, Joe. One on your right.
Easy.
Right.
Let's go.
3 seconds. 5. One more.
Hit. What's that?
Joint bottom with Ruben.
Joint bottom with Ruben. Joe, please step up to the board. Signature and number.
Right,
if you want, I'll let you move Ruben down so you can go.
Yeah. Listen, he's got youth. He's got youth on me, so he can get below me there. There you go.
What do you think went wrong there, my friend?
Just very poor at basketball. I ain't gonna lie.
I think you were hitting the bar too many times.
I hit the post a few times. Yeah.
Joe, 5. Level with Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
Just under Marcus Alonso. Cam Hudson-Odoi's 10 now. It's quite hard. I think you realise how hard it is.
I'm deep. No, that's very hard.
What did you make of your efforts?
Poor. Like, I can't listen. I'm very honest. I was poor. I'm equally as poor as Ruben. Maybe, listen, if we do this again, I'll be looking to get myself out of the relegation zone.
Is there anyone you want to call out? Maybe some of your ex-teammates you could maybe do better, have a go?
Do you know what? I remember Kalou being a bit of a basketball player. So that might be one if he's ever in town. I fancy him.
I love it. Well, first, Joe, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you,
I think
boys.
we definitely got to give
Enjoyed
Joe a round of applause. A living legend.
And guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Clubhouse, what I want you to do, please smash the like button. You get good luck.
Smash
I promise
it.
you. And my name's SB2. It's Zach.
Djellab. Joe Cole.